Hi, this is 𝐂𝐥𝐨𝐮𝐝 from Cloud and Loud Tech Community. Today I've come up with an interesting topic, and yes, I'm going to talk about Azure Cognitive Services. Before I go ahead with my topic, we have come to an end of this conference, and I would like to thank each and every participant who have actively participated in today's conference. I'd also like to thank all our speakers without whom this conference would not have been successful. And last but not the least, I would also like to thank all the committee members, the active members of Cloud and Loud Tech Community for trying themselves from couple of days, to make this conference a successful event. Before I go ahead with my topic, I just want to tell about my community, which I love to be a part of. And yes, I'm talking about Cloud and Loud Tech Community. Cloud and Loud Tech Community was a dream of our founder Vijay Balan Balakrishnan, who founded it 11 years ago with the dream to serve cancer children, help them with the medication as well as education. And by now, he was successful in providing medication for around 6K children and education for the children post their cancer treatment. And we have been conducting a couple of Q&As, tech talks these years, and we are happy now that we have come to a point that we made this conference a successful one. Okay, then I think it's time. Let's talk about our topic for today. And yes, Azure Cognitive Services. And when we talk about cognitive services, the first thing that triggers is it revolves around the artificial intelligence and machine learning and deep learning and so on. But okay, let us go one by one and try to understand what is artificial intelligence. What is artificial intelligence? And so our agenda would be like, first we'll try to understand what's artificial intelligence, so how it's going to work, so where it is used, and I'm going to give a scenario like how the this scenario, how cognitive services help to solve this scenario, made it easy. And then I would like to pick up a topic, a project which I done in my back those days in my MCA, of predicting a student dropout analysis. And yes, with that, we will quickly go jump into cognitive services, understanding various services under Azure Cognitive Services. And I think with the at the end of this session, you will have some good understanding on cognitive services and why they are so important, and they have been part of our part and parcel of our life in our day-to-day life. Okay, let's next move on to next slide. So let us understand. So what is an artificial intelligence? So it's nothing but it's a simulation of human intelligence processes by machine, probably a computer system. So what it includes is, it includes all your expert systems, natural language processing, as well as the machine vision. So now let us try to understand how does AI work. So basically, it requires a specialized hardware and software, for training and writing a learning algorithm. And we use mainly the languages we use for this is around R and Python. And so what AI mainly focuses on is it mainly focuses on the learning, reasoning, and self-corrections. So this is the main areas where AI cognitive. I mean these AI focuses on. These are the three main cognitive skills which the AI focuses on. Okay, and next let us try to understand where it is used. Yeah, so mainly first it is used in automations, obviously, right? So for automations, when it comes to automations, like when you pair it with the AI technologies, you can expand the volume and type of tasks that you can perform. So the best example is RPA, that is robotic process automation. So that's the one, and probably you're using it in a machine learning. So the deep learning which I was telling you about, regarding so what it is done is it is a science of getting your computer system to act like you're not used without any programming language. So it's in science, or it's in science of a what to say, you're getting your computer to act without a programming language is machine learning. So deep learning is a subset of machine learning. Okay, and then this mission vision means what it does is it captures and it analyzes the visual, yeah, using camera or and digital signal processing and also this is this way. And then you have self-driving cars. So what it does is so autonomous vehicles, they use the combination of a computer vision as well as image recognition and deep learning. So these three things, like computer vision, image recognition, and deep learning, to build an automated skills. So these are the main areas where AI is being used. And now let us try to understand a scenario. Yes. Yeah. So you can see in the pic. For example, I'll tell you one scenario. Okay. So consider. Okay. So you are an app developer, and you've been given and you've been told that you need to develop an application such that it is going to take an image as an input, and it is going to identify the gender, pet faces, like that. Now for this particular this thing, like this, understand this, what this the how will you give an output? You will have to have some knowledge on a deep learning. You need to have some knowledge on R as well as the Python, right? So this is all, you need to understand all this. Now this is again a time consuming, isn't it? Now what would I say, that you are using a cognitive services and trying to solve this problem in a very simple manner. So yes, it is possible. So this is where cognitive services help you a lot. So what is the cognitive services basically? So it is nothing but it is a set of it's a set of APIs, and you know the it's a set of APIs and toolkit to develop intelligent applications. And without a knowledge, like you need not have a knowledge of a deep learning, or you need not be good at your hand, you need not have your hands on R, Python or something. But just what you need to do is you just need to give an API call from your application to a custom vision API of Azure, and that's it you need to do. And that is going to identify for a given image. If an image is given as an input, it is going to identify whether in an image, if there are humans, there are any pet animals like there's a dog, cat. So just you need to pass this. That's it. So this is how I just wonder how cognitive services is helping out a lot. So I thought, like back in my MCA days, I did a project on a student dropout analysis. It's a prediction, wherein So there's like the educational institutions, they will have a lot of things, like they have a lot of competition, cutthroat competition for the admission process. So they need to maintain a standard with academic record as well as pass out rates. And the situation is like, when a student is going to enroll to a program, he may drop before the prescribed program. For example, he has taken his admission for a BCA. So it is not a thing that he is going to be there, he's going to study for next 3 years. He might drop at any point of time. But they have not, like, this has been happening at institutions, but there was no research, proper research done on why students are dropping. So how we are predicting it? Okay, this guy is, you are taken this, okay, the few of the parameters that this is going to happen, this is, yes, he has this issue, no, he is not having this issue. Then you're predicting that yes, he will drop out or he will not drop out, so that you can come to a conclusion. But how that is going to happen? So how I worked is like, I had worked it with my professor, and so there is a period that the student may drop for a lot of reasons, probably for an economic, financial loss to institution, or student may have multiple reasons, like domestic problem, competitive stress, family, peer pressure, lack of advising, and probably like they have come out from their place, like they stay in PG or whatever, and paying guests, or they're not able to adjust to the climate, or homesickness, or educational burnout. Probably that was not their cup of tea, which they wanted to do. So that are all, those are all the cases, uh, they might have, might drop. So then we thought, like, why not we are going to take this as a scenario, and we will do some prediction on it. And then what we did basically is, like what used to happen is, like, institutions may just record student dropout. Okay, this person dropped out, but they probably, most of the time, they will not be knowing, like, what's the reason they have dropped out. So that analysis will have not been done. So there will be a lot of admissions and dropouts that keeps happening, every year. And so we thought of developing a model. So what happens is, like, what I did, like, we charted out few of the questions, and we did two kinds of survey: a pre-survey, post-survey, in two phases, phase one, phase two. Two surveys, like one before he's going to, like, at the time of admission, they will be given the survey, and they will be requested that their data will not be revealed, and they have to give an honest reply to it. They will have filled all the details. And one, at the time, like when they are half away in their education, the this thing semester, we would have taken their second um, uh, second survey, that is a phase two survey, post survey, to understand. And these two things, what we did, we tried to apply the Bayesian algorithm. Probably few of the, that sounds technical. That's fine. So we tried to apply the Bayesian algorithm, and we tried to what analyze, like, predict what is the percentage of people who are going to drop out. Okay, so then so the main thing is, what we did is, the flow was like, first we will do a pre-survey, then we do a post-survey, then we will do pre-processing of the data, whatever we have received, that pre-processing, then we'll convert that data to CSV, then we load them to R, so R language, with for PC analysis. And then what we'll do, we'll extract that output to visualize. Then we will generate some vector values, and then we are using some classifiers that, with these scenario, that, whether like he's not getting adjusted to the climatic condition, he had an educational burnout, he has a domestic issues. So these are the scenarios. Then yes, this guy is possibly going to drop out. So that is how we try to predict. So what we understood is, what we did is we analyzed this dropout accuracy through Weka. So we implemented in R, and we were able to predict like how many were able to drop out. And that was, it was a very interesting project I did. It was fun actually, doing this project. We had to go to couple of classes, get their data, and that was fun. Data is always fun to work with. And yeah, I just thought to, tell a few of the points regarding the project. So I just remembered when it came to, machine learning. And yeah, so next thing, what I wanted to tell you is, and yes, so what is Azure Cognitive Services? So I have already told you how the cognitive services help to, get our work done. So in Azure Cognitive Services, we basically have 5 kinds of services: vision, speech, language, knowledge, search. Let's try to understand each of this one by one. Okay. So how it is going to work is, okay. So vision. Vision, what it does means, it refers to an application which is capable of identifying and analyzing the content with the help of videos and images. For example, say a scenario like, a people are waiting for a metro train to arrive. Now this is the data. This is the scenario. Now, what it does is, this particular service, what it does, it classifies the visual elements, like, for example, people waiting, luggages, women standing. So, like that, it will classify the visual elements, and that is the work of, the vision service in first service in Azure Cognitive Service. Then is speech. Okay, so it's regarding natural speech, recognition engines. So we basically have, like, speech recognition and speech to text transcription, text to speech transcription, speaker verification, and those services are really, there's if you have a day to tell, I think you have a lot to talk about this stuff actually. And then is the third service, that is language service. So it is nothing but we need to understand that a language and the context based meaning. So they are the two features that describe communication. Okay, so the main example, you can take translator text or content moderator. So based on that, it is going to identify. And next best example, and next service is the knowledge. So what example I could give you is, like, Azure Q&As, they're so powerful that they can whip database in seconds. For example, if there is someone asking, like, how can I log into this page, a particular page, how can I log in? So to say that use your X account to log in or something like that. So it will immediately give you the response. So that is the basically, that is the power of, Azure Cognitive Services. And the last service under Azure Cognitive Service is the search engine. Now you know that, Bing is the popular one, when it comes to a popular one in Microsoft. But yeah, I do admit that it is not as popular as Google. But to be honest, that they have very good powerful AI powered algorithms. So that is, it is capable of searching, comparing the results, and summoning everything. So it gives you a relevant this thing search based on inquiry. So it's very powerful to say, but it was not as powerful as your what Google search to say. So these are just the five services. They are very important that in Azure Cognitive Service they are they are the five different services. And if I could take some example that how it so there's a best example if you want me to take. I would say an example of Netflix. Okay, so in Netflix, what happens is, uh, so Netflix is nothing but it is an online movie rental service, right? So what it does is it uses machine learning to predict which movies customer likes. Okay, and that's what. And another example I could give is internet business, that's eBay. So it uses the machine translation to enable users who search in Russian to discover English language listings. So that is one major advantage. And one thing these examples have in common is that they encourage greater use of the service, and that's all. The credit goes to the Azure Cognitive Services. And I hope I have given some thoughts, some ideas on Azure Cognitive Services, and I think it was kind of useful, and you have got enough insights on it. And thanks for your time. Good day.